Whoops. Hi everybody, I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show. Hopefully you weren't in the dark too long, since today is the longest day of the year, so there's a lot of sun. It is also the beginning of summer, my least favorite season of the year. Just not a fan. Not a fan. But I got films about summer today, so here is Midsummer in Sweden. And didn't they just make a film about this a couple of years ago? Enjoy.
Summer, midsummer in a land of delightful sunshine. Sunshine reflected from every flower, from every neatly kept garden. Sunshine that enters the lives of a people. Sunshine reflected from the surface of countless thousands of lakes makes this region of Sweden the goal of beauty-seeking visitors from far and near. The weaving fields of grain remind one of an inland sea. From a hillside, the peaceful valley spreads before your gaze, typifying the greatest blessing of these people who have lived in peace with the world for more than 100 years. The quiet of the pastoral countryside is seldom disturbed. Childish laughter and prattling only add charm and interest to an already beautiful vista. And their childish games can be played on water too. Here's the start of a long journey all the way across the lake. But there's work to be done, and no one in Sweden ever shirks that. Age is no barrier. Everybody toils from dawn to dusk. The industry of these people and the loving care with which they tend their crops and flocks is a tribute to the soundness of character inherent in these happy folk. This little game seems to be universal. The picking of these flowers is a labor of love, for at the peak of the summer season, it seems all Sweden comes to the lake country for the Midsummer Eve holiday on June 23rd. Climax of the celebration is the age-old pagan custom of raising the maypole, topped by its blue and yellow pennant. The lake region of Sweden in summer possesses charms to delight every visitor. These jewels of nature, embedded in lovely hills, are made even lovelier by the quaint costumes of the peasants. Their full skirts of black wool are covered by colorful aprons, and there is usually the tight-fitting cap, a garb which has not changed for generations. The inspiration for and the love of color is instilled in these people by their colorful countryside. early spring to the first frost, nature paints with a lavish and every available inch of the countryside with a rat of colorful bloom. Then Mother Nature frames the entire picture with the bluest of skies dotted with fleecy clouds. The modern does not look out of place in the primitive setting, but Sweden is not a land of change, rather a place where the worthwhile things in life are appreciated and life is pleasant because it is simple. The horns resound through the hilly countryside, carrying their mellow tones on the sweet-scented air, where the women, even while walking from one task to another with busy fingers, prepare for the cold of the coming winter. It's a disgrace to be idle in Sweden. Dairy farming is an important, and the fine herds yield great quantities of milk, butter, and cheese. It is the women who always tend the herds. The typical country charm of good health fairly glows in the faces of these young peasants. Water music, nature's own unceasing song, as the stream tumbles over any obstacle in its path. And what beverage can equal the icy water from a hilly brook, chilled in nature's own refrigerator, the snow-capped mountains? These streams have furnished the power to the primitive mills for generations. The midsummer festival spirit is still in the air, and the joyous verve imparted to their dancing is evidence that the mood is felt by everyone. Now for the crowning celebration, Midsummer Sunday, a religious holiday, the day for the ceremony of the landing of the parish boats. These boats are very long and hold upwards of 24 people, attired in the costumes of the different parishes. They row across the broad lakes to land at the embankment below the churchyard as they used to do in olden times. The even beat of the oars in unison is solemn and stately as the occasion demands. They land, as colorful a group of pilgrims as ever stepped ashore, the men in white hose and yellow-colored breeches and short black jackets. The church at Alexandria dates from the 14th century, though the Russian bulb-shaped spire was not added until the year 1711. Mellowed by time, the memories of many generations of lake dwellers hover over these monuments. Even the grain fields seem to bow in obeisance to the solemn occasion. The service is over, these intensely religious worshippers now wend their way homeward via the same route. The vivid colors of the women's costumes stand out in contrast to the more sober garb of the men. A picture of brilliant yellow, vivid green, and all shades of red and blue. It seems the combination of nature's sunshine and the ruggedness of the terrain have given these simple folk the contentment and hardiness with which they pursue their task.
Just keep getting caught off guard. Yeah. Film was a little bit different. The feature film, Midsummer. But, I don't know. Alright, so what else we got here set up? On the scanner, I have a film, I believe it's called Summer of Opportunity. What do we think that's about? You want to guess? Here we go. Enjoy.
What is a summer vacation to most of us? A holiday from work, a time for fun, sports, dates, for travel if we're lucky, new faces, new experiences, but mostly a time for fun. Gentlemen, I'm Alistair Cook, by profession, a foreign correspondent, a man who is often tied to a desk by one end of a telephone, but often enough out on his legs in unpredictable places, feeling, as H.L. Mencken used to say, the wind of the world in his face. Now, because the news never takes a holiday, I think I can claim some special knowledge of the surprising things you can get out of vacations. For instance, the only time I ever decided to vacation in December, the King of England decided to abdicate, and I had no sleep for 5 nights. Now that, of course, is a hazard of my trade. But aside from that, the trick is to learn early enough never to settle for a straight vacation. You go off to Nevada strictly for fun, and like me, you may turn out to be an amateur mineralogist and go out at midnight on the desert with a lamp, an ultraviolet lamp, start scanning these oceans of rock looking for precious minerals, and suddenly they come up there, scarlet and blue and yellow, embedded in the rock like tropical fish. Another time, I took the summer teaching school in Germany. And once I remember going across a park to hear a little squat man with bulgy eyes talking to about 200 people. And when he was through, I said to my German friend, by the way, who is the soapbox orator? And he said, well, I think his name is Hitler, Adolf Hitler. Well, now, of course, I realize that all these things are a part, and a precious part, of what we call an education. And I'm here to tell you about an opportunity that is yours for the taking to further your education this summer, far from a classroom. I'm here to have you consider the P.F. Collier Vacation Earnings Program. Now, most of you know that Collier's, for many years, was one of the big magazine publishers of the country. Now they've left the magazine publishing field and are concentrating their whole efforts on the publication of educational and reference works. In fact, they are a leader in the fields of education and communications. And here, right on Fifth Avenue in New York City, is their main office. They have branches, as you see, all over the world. There are Collier's men working now in Hawaii, on the Bahamas, Tokyo, Frankfurt, Germany, Switzerland. Through this program, you may be visiting some of these interesting places yourself this summer. They are opening new branches all the time, and they have a limited number of openings for college men. If you qualify, you can name your own assignment anywhere in the world. Now, I hope, that most of you are excited enough by travel for its own sake, not to think first of the money that you might earn. But all these positions do pay, and the pay is tempting. Most of the men who finished the executive development program last summer earned $1,500, which is better than $129 a week average. Now, some, of course, earn much more. Some won cash scholarship awards, overseas travel, and every one of them was earning money while he was gaining an experience that is a valuable part of education. Now, these people that I'm talking about, they were not geniuses or grinds. They were men very much like yourselves. In fact, some of them this time last year were sitting right where you are. Because you see, this is not a new program. It's been tried and tested down the years. It's been warmly endorsed by colleges and universities throughout the country. And the editorial program is supervised by scholars of the eminence of Jacques Bazin, Margaret Mead, Norbert Wiener, Howard Mumford Jones. Now, the question is, can you qualify? Well, naturally I don't know, because the movies are still a one-way optical system, and I have no way of knowing or seeing the gleam in your eye that tells me you can make it. But one thing I do know. I know what men like you have done in the past. Now, here's a young fellow, Alex Williams, from Emory University at Atlanta. He didn't think he could make it, but last year he made $4,000, $1,000 scholarship prize, and here's another, Dick Thibodeau, a divinity student from the Sacred Heart Seminary in Detroit. He made $2,200. And this is Marshall Grossman from USC. By the end of the program, he'd earned $4,400 in a few weeks of the summer. Now let's look at a group of students beginning their day's work. Their summer work, that is, for colliers. Now, I'd like you to hear how some of the participating students have felt in the past. And let's listen to what they have to say themselves about their summers with colliers.
In my training sessions with colliers last summer, I learned how to handle people. That's valuable no matter what line of work you're going into. That may be one reason why I made more money last summer.
Management in school, but colliers gave me an opportunity to really get to know how a large corporation works. It was the most important practical experience I've had since I've been in college.
I believe I met more people during my summer with colliers than I've ever done during my entire life. I found I gained self-confidence from meeting new people as a member of one of the largest companies in the country.
Well, those remarks are typical enough. And remember, it isn't all work either. Let's take a look at the other side of the picture. You have the chance for all the usual summer recreations with the congenial company of the other students on your team. Now for some other facts about this program. Colliers does not expect you to work alone. You get extensive training under supervision, and you have the chance to work with and learn from some of the most successful young executives in the country, and at the same time earn more money than you've ever hoped for, at least in a summer. And beyond that, Colliers offers, for steady effort and ability, 15 scholarship prizes of $1,000 each. Now, the way education costs these days, that's quite a welcome bonus. More than that, at least 2 of you will get a vacation trip, all expenses paid, before the beginning of the fall semester. Past winners have spent holiday trips in Paris, Rome, Brussels, and this year they have something special in store for you.
Fabulous vacation trips that will take you by swift jetliner to historic and swinging London, England. where the towering, elegant London Hilton will be your home away from home at Collier's expense. Right in the heart of dear old London town. Pick up a little culture in London. Further your education by comparing the old and the new. Visit historic Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. Go down to the sea to visit Lord Nelson's flagship, or the Royal Pavilion at Brighton, or just go down to see the sea. Or take a taste of swinging London nightlife. Op, pop, swinging London, where tomorrow's camp begins today. Dr. Johnson said, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life. We don't think you've come to that yet. Your London holiday at Collier's expense will be your greatest vacation ever.
Well, those are some of the highlights of the Collier's Vacation Earnings Program. Now, I'd like you to meet a young man who could have dawdled away last summer by a lake or a shore, which is pleasant enough, but he didn't. Instead, he had a whale of a time, and he earned $5,000. His name is Bruce Carlson of the University of Minnesota. And here he is. Bruce, how are you?
How do you do, Mr. Cook? I'd like to thank you for the opportunity of being here this afternoon. As you know, this is the second trip that Collier has awarded me in the past year. Last fall, I was fortunate in winning a trip to Paris.
You like going around the world with Collier's?
Oh, I certainly do. I'm very grateful for the chance to be here and express my opinion of the summer program that Collier has for university and college students. I sincerely believe it's unsurpassed by any other firm.
Well, tell us about your own experience.
Financially, I've been able to put myself through school. In addition to that, I even bought myself a new car. Other than that, I think I've even received other benefits.
Like what?
Oh, such intangibles as poise, ease in expressing my opinions, self-assurance, things like this.
All the things you'll need in a career. By the way,
That's
have
true.
you picked out your career?
Yes, I have. I'm planning on becoming a dentist, and I'm sure that my associations with Collier in doing business with people from all walks of life will truly benefit me in my practice. And in addition to that, the business contacts and also the insight into how a corporation like Collier operates will be of benefit to me.
Going to be with us this summer, Bruce?
Well, I certainly hope so. I'm planning on it, and I hope I can do even a better job than what I did last summer.
By your standards, that's going to be very difficult, but I hope you make it, Bruce.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Goodbye. Well, gentlemen, we have dangled money bags in front of your eyes. And speaking as a journalist who occasionally has had to dicker with an editor over a price, I would be the last man to deny that the laborer is worthy of his hire. But I want to tell you that the paycheck is not the main reward of a summer spent with this program, no matter what career you're going in for. Maybe you don't intend to go into business. Maybe you're going to be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, writer, whatever. Through this program, you will have the privilege of watching men with special knowledge meet problems that are not in the books. You know, we are celebrated as a nation for having a passion for education. But a wise foreigner once said, yes, but they're a little leery of the educated man. Now, I'm saying to you that no man is more than half educated who has not had along the way some insight into a special craft, who has not gone below the surface of a particular business. Whether you're going to enter that business has nothing to do with the case. The summer vacation earnings plan of Collier's is a way of making time count for you and for your future. You meet people, certainly you have fun, you learn a lot, and you earn money. And by choosing a vacation that is not a lazy holiday spent at somebody else's expense, you also satisfy your self-respect. And that's something too. Now there is a Collier's interviewer here, and he's going to talk over the plan with you, and I'm going to let him take over. It would be nice for me to end by saying that If you want it, you can have it. But that would be like saying that everybody who wants to go to college should go. That's not true either. You have to earn the right to an education, and you have to qualify for this program. I'm just here to say to you that it is very well worth going after. I hope you do, and so good luck and goodbye.
Encyclopedias. Yeah, so my guess is this was shown to college students, men, during the school year, saying like, hey, what are you doing this summer? Have you thought about the wonderful opportunities available to you selling encyclopedias? I mean, they should have, the whole pomp and circumstance of visiting England should have just been like, go hang out with chicks and dig the music scene, and that's it. And you'll make some money. That's what it should have been. But, yeah, I have another film like this. It's, what's his name? Suddenly I can't remember the actor's name. Don Amici, selling vacuum cleaners, or wanting you to sell vacuum cleaners. And so the idea is that you go to this event, like maybe they would feed you dinner or lunch, or give you a special gift, and then they would do this pitch to get you to sell their products. All right, where are we at? Here is another pitch about summer, and I should just again say that today is the first day of summer, and it is my least favorite time of the year. I hate the heat. I hate the humidity. I hate that I get sunburnt. I hate that poison ivy is everywhere. I hate that there are insects out. It's just, the older I get, the less I like summer. And we actually try to do trips up north to avoid the heat. And the last 2 years we've done it, we have failed because it's hot everywhere all the time. So maybe I'll just drill underground. We'll like go to the archive and we'll just keep drilling down towards the Earth's core. And that's where I will spend my summers, watching and showing you 16mm films. All right, speaking of summer, here's Sudden Summer. And this film, we digitize, and then there's color issues with it. But anyways, here it is. Enjoy.
قبله في دهان. Nice one. Moment. شوف هنا شوف. Not too much. Yes, nice one. Yes, nice one. Not too much. Not too much. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are in the Valley of the King, and to know 3 dynasties buried here. It is amazing how the ancient Egyptians, they drawing all these pictures in good colors on the walls of this tomb, and it is still now in good preservation. And to know, most of the visitors, like you, they are admiring about these colors. To know, sir, that the ancient Egyptians, they were skillful people, and to know this tomb aroused the world for his treasures, and all the treasures now preserved in Cairo Museum, and all the treasures bearing the name of the King Tut and solid gold, pure gold, exciting, surprising, amazing, handsome. But this king, he reigned short time, and he died when he was about 19 years old. And the date of the King Tutankhamun, 1350 BC.
أشهد أن محمدا ماذا؟ ماذا؟
I'd like to see a nice bracelet.
Oh, you want something local or Italian made?
No, local, I mean, 100% gold.
We have this one, the 18 karat gold. You can take 14 or 21, it depends.
How much is this?
Well, this is we sell it by weight. This is per gram. Each gram, 2.70 piastres.
Well, could you find out the weight for me? And how much it would cost?
Je préfère ce modèle.
Alors,
Je voulais qu'on...
le rétrécisse. Et on ne peut pas le rétrécir. Ma vie est de Allez.
C'est dommage. Ça ne fait rien de cela. hot?
Ya grígora, mãe. This film has been presented through the auspices of British Overseas Airways Corporation, which now brings you a Travel World Bulletin. Now all airlines are no longer alike. BOAC has the Super VC-10. This sleek new aircraft has been hailed by experts as the beginning of jet air travel's second generation. Words of high praise indeed. The VC-10 has established a peerless reputation and boasts a raft of passenger appeal assets, all for you. First, engineering. 4 rear-mounted Rolls-Royce jets, each worth 22,500 pounds of thrust, make the Super VC-10 the world's most powerful airliner. And there's no noise. It's all behind you. Up front, the clean wing design helps make takeoffs and landings comparatively slower, thus smoother. And imagine, this tailplane has a span as wide as the entire wing of the famous World War II British Spitfire fighter. Under the nose is equipment which already challenges the next generation. Fully automatic all-weather landing equipment. So advanced, if we wanted to, we could land the VC-10 without a pilot. Inside, roomier seats, especially effective in the economy cabin, have been acclaimed as a real advance in passenger comfort, as have the improved air conditioning and pressurization systems. Years of experience and appreciation for the passengers' needs and wishes makes travel on this Super VC-10 and on BOAC's modern fleet of 707s too an exercise in grace, comfort and style. As you travel worldwide, remember, BOAC takes good care of you, and BOAC and your travel agent take good care of your budget too. Take advantage of BOAC's savings plans to budget your flight to anywhere via the newest and the best, the VC-10. See you aboard.
So incredibly jarring. Just, we might try to scan that again on a better, more, a scanner that's better as far as stabilizing, and try to get a decent color thing, because it's baffling. It's such a baffling film. In the beginning, I don't think there's narration at the beginning to really explain where we're going and why we're going. I mean, we kind of get it, right? But thank you for contributing to that baffling film. And happy summer. Hopefully your summer is as baffling as what we just saw. Yeah, so let's see what's going on. You can hit the like, the subscribe. I think Jeremy and Nathan both contributed using the super thanks button on YouTube, so thank you for that. You can go to ko-fi.com/avgeeks and donate some coffee for us. I'm not going to have a third cup of coffee today. I feel like I need it, but it's a slippery slope right now. I normally have just 2 cups of coffee, but the last couple of days I've been doing 3, and I just need to stop. But you can also donate at patreon.com/avgeeks, and you can just hit thanks, like, etc. Appreciate your eyeballs, appreciate your brains trying to all rack and try to figure out, like, what the hell is going on. Also, the puns are outrageous in the comments right now. Outrageous. So thank you for that. Yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Thursday? Yes. Everybody take care. Have a good rest of your summer. Enjoy.